Hey there, I'm Juniper Seed, and we're back in the Riftbreaker. In between episodes, I took the time to fix up the rest of our new base for our cobalt mining operation. We got the walls set up, we have some defenses, got a little bit more power ready to go, and everything is hopefully going to be fine for now. There are a lot of enemies around the base, as we can see on our radar scan. But for the most part, I think we're going to be okay.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
And with Mr. Riggs reminding us, since our carbonium's starting to go down, I do think we're going to expand to the bottom right of this base and pick up these 3 carbonium deposits and start mining over there. In the meantime, we're going to get started on the orbital scanner. All these are out. We're going to get started on the orbital scanner, and we're also going to upgrade our headquarters again if we're able to. So this can all just come down. Fantastic. Cool. So let's go to the main base. See if we can do an upgrade, which we can, which is going to make everyone a little upset. But that will be fine.
Headquarters upgrade in progress.
Looks like we're going to get hit from the east.
We have some time before the attack. Let's strengthen our defenses.
And it's a good thing we have some time because I actually
technologies for development.
don't have a lot set up over on the eastern front. Start getting things set here. We're going to bring
Iron
this
deposit
all
depleted.
the way up to, I guess, here.
The technology queue is empty.
Alright, that way the power is ready to go. We're gonna want some ways to get out down here. And we'll just continue with the walls. Oh, we're gonna need more AI cores. A lot of them. Okay.
My sensors are picking up multiple groups of hostile creatures approaching our
I
base.
bet they are, Mr. Riggs.
Okay, we're ready for them.
Ready is a relevant term.
The technology queue is idle. Select new technologies for development. Base is under attack.
Alright, on the southeast, we should be fine. We at least have enough defenses down there. But this is looking
One of our
not good.
buildings has been destroyed.
We've actually been pushed out of our base.
Base is under attack. Tower destroyed. One of our walls has been destroyed. The technology queue is empty. One of our energy connectors has been destroyed. Threat neutralized.
This will buy some time until the next attack.
Oh, they
Let's
actually
check
got
what's
in.
new after the HQ upgrade.
Okay, that was exciting. Good thing we threw some walls down, or we would have had a real problem on our hands. Gotta repair what we can here, which is a fair bit.
The technology queue is idle. Select new technologies for development.
Ashley, calm down. We got ourselves in a situation. Gotta make sure everything's okay. So it could have gone worse. That's pretty much gone. We'll see the damage down here. Got through the walls a little bit, but it could have been worse. This little area feels so vulnerable. I think we're gonna do upgrades. And when this is done, we're gonna upgrade that as well.
The technology queue is empty.
Oh, it's already upgraded. Cool. So, the upgraded walls and gate looks pretty sweet. I like it. Apparently we lost our power connections up here. Don't have to worry about that just yet. Okay, orbital scanner. And for our technology queue, we want to upgrade our communication hub. Make our new... Oh, building limit is at 3. Okay. But we can make another armory. What does this do for me? Oh, this produces more ammunition. Ooh. Well, that's very nice. And energy is only 40 on the cost. That's not bad. And then this one can get
The technology
upgraded.
queue is idle. Select new technologies for development.
Sweet. Then we do need our orbital scanner, which requires 500 energy. We're gonna put this down with this rift station.
The wind is picking up speed.
Feels like the proper place for it. Guess that's gonna be a skew no matter what.
Wind speed is at an exceptional high.
So orbital
Wind
station
turbine
going
efficiency
down.
is at maximum.
Orbital scanner construction is in progress. But before we...
Research completed.
Hold on there, Ashley. Got things that we want to do. Alright, so we have our upgrades for Mr. Riggs. We have some new options for weaponry. I am interested in the plasma gun and the burst rifle. So I think we're going to get one of these first. I do want to start doing the alien research. But I also... Where is it? Ah, here we are. I want to get energy storage level 2 so we can start storing more energy. Because as we get the buildings upgraded for like our wind turbines and stuff like that, we're going to be producing a lot more, storing a lot more. But then we're also going to be using a lot once we start synthesizing our own carbonium and ironium. Alright. Eventually we'll get those to level 3. Very cool. So I do want to do this. We have the high caliber weapons, and then I suppose we'll start getting into these things. Because with the harvesting station, gathering flora nonstop, we can build the plant biomass power station, and we'll get some more energy that way. Research station, we'll do that first. and then we'll consider getting these guys. Cool.
We start jumping off to different parts of the planet. We should build the necessary local research facilities. The communications hub can only help us with downloading already developed technologies back from Earth. Still, one of the main reasons why we came here is to conduct research and to learn about the environment that we encounter here.
We can research new technologies based on samples of alien life forms or any new substances that we encounter if we construct the Alien Research Laboratory building.
Okay, we've got all the necessary technologies downloaded. This building requires a supply of clean water to operate. It would be best to place it close to a pool of mud or sludge that we can filter.
Alien Research Laboratory construction in progress.
Fantastic. I can't wait for it to be built. This building is going to open up a whole new range of possibilities for us. If I had a base like that on Orion, I wouldn't have lost my arm back then.
How did that happen?
I got careless while searching for Anorix crystals. I found a fascinating growth anomaly that was transforming all of its surroundings. I've never seen anything like that, so I had to take a sample. I was shielded inside a recon suit, but when I grabbed the crystal with my hand, it just went through it. My entire arm was infected.
Why didn't you use a bioscanner to take the sample?
They only work in conjunction with a lab like this. I didn't have a base on Orion or a mech suit to build one.
I am sorry to hear that, Ashley, and I am glad that we got paired together. I will not allow something like that to happen to you.
Okay, let's not get too emotional about that. If you look at it from a different perspective, I got an enhanced biomechanical arm replacement and I still got the sample.
Alien Research Laboratory construction finished. We have to supply it with clean water to keep it operational. You can produce clean water by placing a pump in any type of liquid and delivering it to a water filtering plant for processing. Connect the output from the water filtering plant to the Alien Research Laboratory using pipes. It looks like some of these creatures' attacks are originating from a common point near our base. This looks like a nest of some sort. We should clear it out and reduce the strength of hostile attacks.
Interesting. We should go and investigate that area. There is a lot of them inside. This might be difficult.
This should stop them from gathering in this area and improve our chances of survival.
Every bit helps.
Alright, so we learned a lot about Ashley, or at least a little bit about Ashley. We have our orbital scanner. They want me to put a pump on a liquid source, so we'll put that on the mud pool that's next to our main base. I do want to start expanding on ironium and carbonium generation, because we're starting to use a lot more when we just build like 1 or 2 buildings. Alright, real quick, before we get going here, we have our burst rifle that I wanted to try out. We also have the sniper rifle. I'm going to do the burst rifle first. So this is 40 to 45 damage, has a little bit of piercing, and does 6 projectiles per burst. Compared to our machine gun we have, 6 to 7 damage, shoots at a rate of 40 to 50 per second. So DPS is actually the same. Well, I want to try it either way.
Crafting completed.
With a charged attack, though, we can shoot 2 times more projectiles in a burst with bigger damage and penetration power. So small machine gun, we're going to switch it out for the burst rifle, which actually is quoted at less DPS. I guess it doesn't seem like it's all that much better than the regular machine gun. Well, we'll try it out in the next fight, and we'll go from there. See how it works.
Research completed.
Alright, so we got our weaponry. Energy storage is next on the research station. Honestly, don't know what I want to do from there. We can get a better repair. Emergency explosion would be another cooldown for us. Dodge roll will lead us into power jump. I'm actually interested in the power jump, so we might go that route. Because we have plenty of stuff to do as far as base management is concerned. And our energy, we need to upgrade that. I guess the Pierce is kind of nice. So that's the main draw. So I am gonna stick with this over the small machine gun, at least for now. Yeah, the Pierce is actually really nice. So we have less overall ammunition for it, but I think that's a worthy trade-off. Alright, back to base.
Orbital scanner construction finished. Planetary geomapping procedure in progress. Searching for traces of uranium, palladium, and titanium. This process may take some time.
That's fine. Let's go check out the orbital beacon. Kinda cool looking. Very sweet. One other thing while we're here is I want to have more mobility around the base. So I'm gonna put down more of these rift portals, which apparently cost just carbonium and have no upkeep. Oh, I should be throwing these things down like crazy. That way during the defenses we have a lot more options. Should probably start making the walls 4 deep, since the gates are too wide, and then I can throw down the stairs after that. I would just have to make sure to not put the stairs in the front, although it wouldn't really be a bother if I did that. I'd walk over them just fine. I guess there's a little bump when you first get on there, so we'll think about it. Alright, for the most part we're pretty walled off. Looking kinda good. Kinda good. Energy storage is going to be done soon. We have lost a lot of ironium deposits. Oh, I guess I'll also do this pump thing just to progress the
weather's changing.
quest line.
Wind is slowing down.
So, liquid pump does not require any energy.
Wind has stopped. This will affect wind turbine power generation.
Okay. I want to do this on the south end-ish. Here's fine.
Finally! The Alien Research Lab is operational. We can start gathering research samples and scanning the local flora and fauna. We can use the bioscanner to begin collecting samples without destroying the environment. It's the safest and most efficient way to advance our research. This is so exciting! We can finally start working on the thing that we came here to do.
Ashley, don't forget that our primary objective is to establish a two-way portal back to Earth to enable human colonization of Galatea 37.
That's true, but we also have to study this planet to ensure that it is safe for colonization, and to minimize the damage done to the local ecosystem by future colonists.
Minimizing damage to the local ecosystem is listed at the end of the official list of priorities of this mission.
I'm the only human on this planet. I can set my own list of priorities.
Wait, how is this not getting...
The planetary geomapping procedure is in progress, calculating coordinates for possible rift jump locations. The process will soon be completed.
Alright, so we're gonna
Orbital
learn...
scanner geomapping procedure finished. We have gathered a lot of very useful information about the planet and found traces of rare elements in multiple locations around the globe. One of Galatea's continents appears to be a barren desert that has been scorched by intense radiation and very intense solar activity. These harsh conditions are most probably caused by the high condensation of radioactive elements like uranium or thorium. Our scans have located a safe rift jump location for an initial scouting mission.
Gaining access to uranium would allow us to construct nuclear power plants and some heavy weaponry. This should make surviving on Galatea much easier.
The second interesting area is densely covered by acidic clouds of unknown origin. Spectral analysis detected traces of palladium scattered throughout this geographical zone. I have marked a safe rift jump location for initial reconnaissance on the orbital scanner interface. Titanium has been detected in a large zone of intense volcanic activity. The orbital scanner has been providing some strange readings from this area, with temperatures ranging from 800 to 100 Kelvin. On top of that, it is entirely impossible to get any sensible magnetic field readings from this area. We were able to find a safe rift jump location within the volcanic zone. However, you should expect extreme environmental conditions.
All of these locations contain extreme environmental hazards and unknown species of creatures. We should upgrade our equipment as much as we can before venturing out into these new biomes.
Alright, so now we can use the orbital scanner. Oh. Thesaurus. Bratus Amentus Virios. Okay. So, the orbital scanner... Oh, so I can just, boom, open a rift. And we can go. Very cool. Alright, well, in the next episode, I think we're going to check out one of these alternative locations. And then we have global objectives now. So we want to return to Earth, that's the main thing. But we need uranium, palladium, and titanium for the different parts of the that main rift thing that's in my main base. And then as far as I understand, the bases that we make will all feed their resources to just me in general. So whatever I build in this desert, I'm going to use the resources I'm generating from my headquarters, and then I'll use the resources generated from both of these places in the next place I build, and be able to use them in my headquarters, and so on and so forth. So I'm definitely going to want to work on getting carbonium and ironium up to some fairly high levels, and also continue upgrading our research facilities so that way we can research things more quickly. So these next things...
Iron deposit depleted.
I'm gonna do another 100 energy, and we're starting to lose out on more ironium and carbonium, but that's okay. So looking at the map, we do have the triple carbonium down here that I think is gonna be very nice, and then we do have triple ironium right through here. So I think, oh, and two carbonium up here. So this area will be really nice, and then this area will be really nice as well. yeah, let's see. We have a little bit of time left. Let's go clear out the enemies down here. And then we'll start getting things set up. Oh, new species discovered. Do I have to, like, get something from it? No. I discovered a new species and then I just smashed it. New species discovered. Familiarity increased. So, wait, I'm researching
Research completed.
the research station right now, right? Right. And then this is used to gather data from objects or anomalies that are too complicated to be scanned by Mr. Riggs. Okay. So I guess as I just go around and do stuff, I'll get research. Oh, so we're going to be able to start learning about these enemies that we're fighting. Is this the charge shot or this guy? Looks like it was still resistant. We are discovering all sorts of new species. Oh, you can animation cancel with the melee weapons if you switch. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if you can switch, if you only have 2 equipped, if you could switch back to the weapon you were using. And it would be faster. We'll have to experiment with that. Alright, so we'll have our carbonium deposits down here. What are these guys fighting? Oh, what is this? What is this thing? What do you do? Hello? Oh, hello. Alright, they do a very violent dash. And that's cool, so now we're going to be able to start understanding these things. So we have our Bomagons, Canoptrix, Nerits, Hammerosaurus. Jeez, the names. Kerman, love it, and Apherian. Interesting. Alright, very, very cool. Learning a little bit more about the planet. So I don't know what happens when we get the familiarity levels upgraded. I guess we'll maybe get some text or something that describes these things. Oh yeah, we will. Oh, and we'll see what resources they drop, how much health they have. Super cool. Awesome. So I wonder what resources, or what we get for even higher familiarity levels. If it'll tell me like what these things are weak to, or what damage types are better against them. These guys apparently dropped this Hazenite, whatever that's used for. Alright, really, really cool. So we made some good progress on this episode. And hopefully we'll make even more in the following. Really appreciate you guys for being here and watching. Hope everyone's enjoying the series, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!